Future snowboard repair technicians, ski area operators, and fly fishing guides prepare for their careers through classes at Colorado Mountain College. The school serves about 12,000 students in mountain towns like Breckenridge, Steamboat Springs, and way high up in Leadville. And it also acts as a bridge to larger universities by offering bachelor's and associate degrees in more traditional fields like business administration and social work. For the first time in 11 years, the college has a new president. Nobody calls you Dr. G?
Most people actually call me Dr. G. It's just easier because they can't spell or pronounce my last name.
Matt Gianeschi was recently named head of CMC after holding other jobs there for about a decade. Today, we hear where he wants to take this unusual school. From KUNC and the NPR network, this is In the NOCO, a daily slice of Northern Colorado news and happenings. It's Tuesday, May 7th. I'm Erin O'Toole. Matt Gianeschi, welcome, and let me say congratulations on the job.
Thank you, and good morning.
So for people who aren't familiar with Colorado Mountain College, it is a bit different from your CSU or your CU in terms of what degrees and certificates they offer, the students it serves, things like that. What excites you most about taking on this top leadership role?
This particular position is special in the United States, and it is very special to the communities in the High Rockies in Colorado. And so, in many ways, without Colorado Mountain College, these communities don't have access to post-secondary education, nor do they have access to the kinds of careers that will allow them to enjoy sustainable wage livelihoods throughout their future. And so, I think that, that opportunity and frankly, the commitments that the college has made to ensure the livelihood and the success of the communities that we serve is unique among higher education in that we are not in competition with other institutions and we're not driven by enrollment. We're driven by our service to our communities and to our students and staff.
One of the fastest growing demographics at CMC is Hispanic and Latino students. The student body is more than a quarter Latino, and you have said that expanding enrollment from that community is a priority. What is your strategy for that?
Indeed, it is a priority. And in fact, the college has become a Hispanic serving institution, and that commitment to servingness is something that everybody at the college takes very seriously. And frankly, we're starting to see these successes where the college has been able to close historic achievement gaps that we've seen at other institutions. Our Latino population is thriving in many ways at the college. Their enrollments continue to grow faster and faster every year, as do their persistence and completion rates. There are still some challenges regarding within the Latino population that we're still attempting to reach. And so an example would be the population at the college is not monolithic. In fact, it skews very heavily female. So we're seeing that our Latino male students continue to be, quote, underrepresented relative to the population of their female counterparts at the college. And so designing strategies and thinking about how we reach those students with relevant programming so that they see value in higher education and that they see CMC as a logical place to begin their education is something that we take very seriously. One really important strategy that has, I think, created a lot of the successes at the college, at least has created a foundation for the successes of the college, is our commitment to our local school districts and our concurrent enrollment programming. When I arrived 10 years ago, the percentage of students at our college or total enrollments that were concurrent enrollment may have been, 10%, maybe 5%, 10%. Today, nearly 40% of the college's enrollment are high school students. Wow. And the diversity of our school districts is what is helping to enrich the populations at the college.
Well, back on the topic of challenges, I want to talk about housing. CMC is designed to be more affordable than institutions like CU or CSU, but housing in the mountains is very costly. How do you meet the challenge of expensive housing without endangering your affordable tuition?
Well, while we do have and proudly have among the lowest cost tuition anywhere in the country.
Right.
So our average credit hour for an in-district student is about $100 a credit hour. So for a student, they can go full-time at the college for roughly $3,000 a year for a full-time student.
Amazing.
But that is not the chief concern among our students. And I teach periodically, and I often ask my students, like, what's your biggest concern? It's not cost of tuition, and it's not jobs, interestingly, because they have 3 or 4 jobs. Our unemployment rate hovers around 2%. Students can get jobs. Frankly, we want them to work less so that they can focus on studies.
Sure.
And to give them that opportunity, we have to address the needs or the biggest challenge they face, which is the cost of housing. It is this escalating cost of living that it grows faster than revenue and faster than wages. We are still very much in the mode of trying many different strategies, and those include building housing. So at this point, we now own or are in construction for 9 apartment buildings over the last 8 years, I suppose. Those are often built in partnership with municipalities. So Eagle County government has been a terrific partner of ours to build a number of units in Edwards. We also have worked with the town of Breckenridge to build apartments on our campus in that community.
So you have kind of workforce and student housing in one fell swoop there?
All of the above. So we have started purchasing housing for employees. And then later this month, actually in a few weeks, we'll be rolling out a new initiative of ours where we will be providing our employees, so there'll be a lottery, but we will be providing a number of employees every year with up to $200,000 of down payment assistance so that they can secure their own housing in return for a deed restriction that allows us to keep that property sort of in CMC hands, if you will. And I have to tell you, 10 years ago when I started at the college, I didn't think that I was going to have to commit so much energy and resources to housing, but it is where we are. That is the need, the greatest need we face, and it is a challenge that we are ready to tackle.
Matt, very quickly before we go, it is graduation season. In a sentence or two, what advice do you have as the CMC class of 24 heads out into the world?
I get a little emotional in talking about our students because I am so proud of the work that they've done, and I understand the struggles that they have lived through to get to this point. They have already persevered. They have already earned their place in our economy. And so to go confidently into the future and know that they have the skills, they have the wherewithal, they have the emotional intelligence, they have the academic and analytical skills to be terrifically successful. They are walking away with an education that is on par with any other institution in the world, and they should feel confident about what they've earned and be proud and move boldly into the future.
Matt, thank you so much for talking with us.
You're very welcome. Thanks for the invitation.
Matt Gianeschi is the new president of Colorado Mountain College. That's it for us today here on In the NOCO. I'm Erin O'Toole. We'll be back tomorrow with more of what's happening in Northern Colorado. Thank you so much for listening.